Welcome back to that handicapping show at bloodhorse.com, sponsored by racingtoday.com. I'm Tom LaMarra, joined by Claire Novak. For this week's show, we'll be looking at the 1.5 mile Kentucky Turf Cup, Grade 3 event at Kentucky Downs, $400,000. A lot of their purse money, of course, is from the instant racing machines, and this race has obviously benefited big time, $400,000. Field of 9, kind of a crapshoot, I think. Pretty good betting race. And of course, as you know, this is a very tricky turf course with some ups and downs and twists and turns and all that stuff. But looks like there's one confirmed speed horse, What the Cat Drug In. Of course, he's stretching out big time, and he just ran last Sunday night in the Presque Isle Mile. Really didn't run because he didn't break well, and he had no chance at all to show his usual running style. So how do you see it shaping up, Claire?
Well, like you said, What the Cat Drug In is probably going to be out there on the lead, and we talked about how a horse like this, you know, if they kind of get rolling and maybe have a chance to gallop away, they can be dangerous. Also, I know you had mentioned that the track at Kentucky Downs has been playing to horses that are a little closer to the pace, perhaps, and some of these more talented horses or horses with a deeper resume like to come from off of it, so that may be dangerous for them if he can get out on a nice easy lead. The Connections have done a really great job with all different horses of, you know, picking up horses for claim, turning them around in stakes company, really well placed in, you know, maybe lesser stakes at tracks like Presque Isle or Parks, etc. But then, you know, really building up these horses into horses that will hit the board in some of these stakes. So considering the Connections, I would definitely take a look at What the Cat Drug In.
All right. So how do you see the other horses who were dropping out of the Grade 1 races and Grade 2 races?
Sure. So, all right, first of all, we have Team Block, and you have to look at their record at Kentucky Downs. They've brought 8 horses there. They've won 3 stakes. They've been second in 3 stakes. I believe they've been third once or a couple other times in stakes there, and that's a pretty good record for having brought 8 horses in. Last year, they won this race with Ioya Big Time. And this year they have Sun Tracer. This horse ran second in the American St. Ledger on Arlington Million Day. He was second by, I believe, like half a length to Dandino. And he's a horse that, you know, has been kind of knocking on the door. He ran second in a Grade 3 before the St. Ledger, but he has to look all the way back to October at Hawthorne for his last win. So I would take a look at him, but I'm not sure if he's quite good enough to get the job done here. And then the other horse that I'm sure people will be aware of is Temerain.
The only horse to have raced on this course.
Yes, who ran 5th in the Arlington Million last time out. So when he ran at Kentucky Downs last September, he was 4th. In the Arlington Million, he was 5th. I would say, for, you know, finishing 5th of 13 horses, you know, that's not a disgrace.
This is a good effort.
And really, he's the only horse who comes in here out of a Grade 1. So I would be aware of that.
All right. What I'm going to do in this race, it really is wide open. A lot of horses with the same running style, and I'm pretty sure that they're about even class-wise. What I'm going to do is use Side Road, a Kieran McLaughlin colt, who's shipping in from New York for this race. He's a confirmed marathon type horse, and I think he may be a little bit closer to the pace than some of the others, as will Najjar, who ran 3rd in the American St. Ledger and 4th in the Arlington Handicap. Again, a horse that seems to do well as he's stretched out, and I think he can be a little bit closer to the pace as well. So I'm just going to use Side Road, Najjar, and I'm going to throw What the Cat Drug Anything Exacta in case he just gallops out there and he's got some gas left in the tank for the long drive through the stretch. So,
alrighty, yes, Side Road running second in the John's Call at Saratoga, you know, very nice. And the only place you can fault him is in the Manhattan over really yielding turf. He just didn't run that day, but a lot of horses didn't run on that course. So, yeah, I think you're very merited in making him one of your selections.
So that is the Kentucky Turf Cup Stakes Saturday at Kentucky Downs. And this has been that handicapping show sponsored by racingtoday.com. We thank Brisnet.com for the past performances. I had trouble getting that out. Excuse me.
That's okay.
For Claire, I'm Tom. We'll see you next time on that handicapping show.